Hello, welcome or welcome back. I'm Ari, and over the past 3 months, while I was in the process of moving and working too much, I had some boxes show up at my house. I don't know how old these is. They could be up to 3 months old or even more recent, but we're gonna unbox these together right now. So the first one I have is a Twisted Retreat box. I think we've unboxed one of these on the channel before. Really cool box, if I remember. Really awful book. So we'll see if it improves this time. And then this one I can't show you the top of the box, so I'm showing you the bottom. But it is the Abominable Book Club. This one ships from the UK, so I don't know what's in here. I forgot. It's been a long while. So let's open them. I'm going to start with the Twisted Retreat because I'm a bit more familiar with this, and it'll be, I don't know if it's less or more of a surprise, but it'll be familiar somewhat. There's a lot of knickknacks in here, and the last one I got a very cool book with sprayed edges. We'll see what we have this time. All right, so here is the box. First, I'm gonna grab this, which is the spoiler card. Don't look too closely at that because it apparently shows the book that's in here if you don't want to be spoiled. I'm gonna grab this out first because I don't know what this is, which seems to be a blanket or something along those lines. It's so big. Ow, Captain! It seems to be a spooky library. Spooky office. It's a bed sheet. Apparently there are Easter eggs that you could go through and find in here in various places of like maybe like the balloon thing. I don't know. But yeah. I don't exactly know what I'm gonna do with this. I don't need a spooky decorated bed sheet. I just use white sheets, but it is a thing that I have. So there is that. According to the spoiler card, the bed sheet also comes with garters. Has anybody ever heard of using a garter? Like, it makes sense to like tuck it in on the corners, but I've never heard of like separate garters for a bed sheet. So I'm not even gonna open this. I don't want to deal with it, but apparently the bedsheet comes with garters. Please leave in the comments below if that is something you have ever heard of. Next, let's open this. It looks like a mug from the side of the box. Vacuum insulated mug. For our mug, it just, very cute. It says poison on the side of it. So just in case we wanted everybody to know we're drinking poison, there you go. This looks like it's a steel mug, a tin mug. Yeah, stainless steel mug. It looks like a camping mug, except for this part on a camping mug would fold down, so it was easier to pack. So yeah. I don't think I would ever use this, but it's kind of cute. Next up, this thing, which is kind of heavy. My guess is a candle. I seem to be correct. This is the Edgar Allan Poe Lenore 4-ounce soy candle. And when she fell in feeble health, ye blessed her that she died. Sure. Ooh. There's that, and then the top of it. It's very perfumey, very floral, old lady. Yeah, not my bag, but sure, it's a candle. From there we've got this thing, which is a key lime pie mix. No bake cheesecake, bagel spread, and dessert mix. You can mix this in and make key lime pie flavored things. There's a couple of recipes on the back. I hate key lime pie. I think it's nasty. So this box just, like, I like the idea of everything in this box so far, but none of it is actually targeted towards me. But yeah, I assume this is just lime flavored Jello. Next up, I believe these are socks. All right, we have witchy socks. So these are excruciatingly low quality socks, very thin. You could probably wear these with dress shoes. But yeah, I'm not a witch person. I don't particularly care for witches. Not my genre. I don't ever wear socks, which sounds weird, but I'm a weird person. We all already understood this, but yeah, I try to wear socks as rarely as possible. If the shoes that I'm wearing actually require socks, I promise you I wear socks. I'm not that icky, but I try to buy and wear shoes that don't require socks, like flip-flops. I'll wear flip-flops year round. We have this. This is the Amos Veritas Rose Lilac Honeydew Handcrafted Body Lotion. So I, like many other people, am not a huge fan of rose scented like skincare products, so I probably am not gonna like the smell of this. Oh no, that's not bad at all. All right, hand lotion that I like. We found something. Do I need hand lotion? Probably, honestly. My hands get dry all the time. We're getting down to the last of it. I have these. Really? Why? You ever get something in a book box and you're like, that seems very niche and not something that many people would actually have use for, and that is this for me. So you see these mushroom shaped wooden things? They're knobs. They're cabinet knobs. Are you gonna focus? No. So as you can see, they're very pretty, very cute cabinet knobs. But who specifically needs 3 cabinet knobs? Like, I'm very confused. But yes, it is a package of 3 cabinet knobs that have no use. I don't know where I'm gonna use these. Probably not. And then we have the card slash, like, it's a playing card, but it's also like a tarot card. But yeah, it's the Empress. I got one of these last time. I think I threw it away. Alright, and that is all of the knickknacks and tchotchkes that we're gonna find in that. And the last thing in here is the book. This month's book is Legacy Witches by Cascade. Anyway, this pretty book. Let's show off the book first before I get into this book. So very pretty. Apparently the original cover is green. It's got sprayed edges on all sides. We have like apparently a map of the town that this takes place in. Some witchy symbols. There's a bunch of pretty artwork in the first few pages. Things like that. This is the second like really decorative pretty book that I've gotten from this company. While the book is very pretty, the last one was really bad. This one doesn't have a lot of hope because I don't like witch books, so I'm gonna try to judge this, like the plot of the book, based off of like, is it actually written well, whether than do I enjoy it? Because like I said, I don't like witchy books. But the quality of these books is not actually very good. Oh, it's very pretty underneath as well. So there you go. But I don't know if you can even see this. But the binding here, you could see how that's not done very well, and these pages are about to split, and this is like literally brand new right out of the box. So not the best made, not the highest quality of bookbinding, but very pretty. So if you're gonna like read it once and leave it on your shelf, it's probably gonna be fine. Good to look at, not to like actually read. But I am going to read this. Let's see what it's about. So this is about Vivian Roots. She's a witch and she can see ghosts, which is apparently a power from her family. She inherits the family's haunted house and decides she doesn't want to be a witch or doesn't want anything to do with her family, and decides to flip it and then sell it, right? But obviously the ghosts don't like that. And then she encounters the spirit of a missing local witch, and it turns into like a murder mystery, I guess. She's trying to figure out who murdered the girl. And she draws the attention of the oldest coven in Salem. So this already pisses me off that it's a witch book set in Salem, Massachusetts, because I think that's stupid. And somebody makes an offer on the house, but she doesn't want to like lose the house suddenly. It's proving the past doesn't define her. There's apparently also a transgender witch in here, because it says she doesn't want to leave her new best friend who's a transgender witch. Could be interesting, could be really freaking awful. Probably the second, but I'm going to stay positive and I'm going to read this, put in my thoughts about it at the end of this video. Well, let's move on to the other box, see what I think of this one. This one did come from the UK, so there is a customs declaration on here, and there seems to be 3 books in this box. I don't know that I'm going to read all 3 books for this video, but let's see what they are, and we'll come back to that here in a little bit. So let's start with the non-book things. And this first, some Cadbury hot chocolate and some Nescafe cappuccino. Lion's Perkadilly coffee bag. And then green tea and jasmine orange flavored tea from Off Black. So I've had all of these before, I think, but that's an interesting little combo. You got coffee, hot chocolate, and tea all in one, so that's always nice. I seem to also have a chocolate egg in here, but it's, I don't know if you can see this, chocolate egg, but it's been torn, so I'm not going to eat it, just because it's been, I don't know how long it's been in this box. I don't know how long it's been torn. It's been traveling from a different country. So I love chocolate eggs. Not going to eat this one. It's also vegan chocolate, which sounds quite atrocious. So we're going to pass on the chocolate egg, but thank you. Thank you for that. I have another chocolate egg. This one is not torn, so we can eat this one. We can try. All right, chocolate egg. So it's basically a Cadbury egg, but it doesn't taste as good as Cadbury chocolate. But it does taste like chocolate. Like, I'm pretty impressed that this is vegan chocolate. It's okay, it's not great. Am I gonna eat the rest of this? No, it's way too sweet. We've got an art print next. Michael Myers, You Can't Kill the Boogeyman. This is very pretty. Then I've got some extras. I got a sticker that says, it's a creepy Easter bunny. It says, "Where are my eggs at?" So this is obviously the Easter box. I have like a business card here and a couple of bookmarks. This is just the Abominable book club, which is what this box is, and a Happy Easter one that's like creepy space stuff. Books. 2 of them are just open, 1 of them's wrapped. We'll do the wrapped one last. First one here we have is The Green Man of Eschwood Hall by Jacob Keir. I'm gonna just go with Keir. What is this about? Eschwood Hall is a great English house surrounded by sprawling woods. In 1962, Izzy is 13, lives in the servants' quarters, and doesn't go to school. Neglected by her parents, she spends her moments of freedom exploring the forest and the village beyond. The more she comes to understand the history of the place and her own suspicion, the stranger are the things she hears and sees. The most tantalizing of these is the green man who inhabits the woods and seems to know all about her, even those desires she has buried deep inside. So, a famous story rooted in folktale shows us the power that is wild still holds in our imaginations and the shocking nightmares to which it can give rise. So, that sounds interesting. I would read this. Potentially. I just got chocolate on the bottom of it, so that's super fancy. Oh well, I guess. Next book in here is Old Country by Matt Query and Harrison Query, or by Matt and Harrison Query. The ranch was our dream home, nestled in the arms of a valley below the Teton Mountains, acres upon acres of wilderness, our nearest neighbors over a mile away. Beautiful, serene, isolated. Perfect until naturally the only neighbors for miles delivered us a dire warning. The valley is cursed. Every season a split will manifest itself in increasingly disturbing ways, starting with an eerie light in the pond and will kill you if you don't light a fire. And we may believe them. Put it to the back of our minds and went about living our new, nearly perfect lives. Then spring came, and so did the light. This one kind of sounds ridiculous, but willing to give it a try. And let's open our fancy package and see what book we've gotten here. Alright, it seems to be a used book. The House Without Doors by Peter Straub. Beneath the silent surfaces of the everyday world, behind the walls of buildings you never dared enter, there lies a realm of mystery which we know exists, but can only reach through imagination, trauma, or violence. In this provocative work, Straub coaxes the readers into an eerie world of deranged minds and childhood terror, of destructive obsessions and deadly innocence, objects you thought familiar, situations you thought you understood, distorted hideously until nothing is definite, and you are thus sprawling in a formless void. It's so simple to enter the house without doors, but the exit is always one step beyond. So, apparently an older book. Let's see when this was published. 1990. It's not that old. It's younger than I am, but apparently used. So these are my 3 books that I got in this box. I'm not going to read all 3 of them for this video, but in the comments below, you can do one of 2 things. I can do a whole separate video dedicated to reading these 3 books, if you guys want that, and then give my opinion on all of them. Or if you want to pick just one of them for me to read, if there's any of them that sounds particularly interesting that you would like me to do a video on, let me know that in the comments below as well. And I'll kind of see what the comments have to say about these. They can either just go on my TBR to be forgotten forever if no one is interested in any of these books, or if you guys are really interested in me reading some horror, I can do a whole video on all of these. But let me know your opinion on this. Let me know your opinion on either one of these boxes. I did cancel both subscriptions just so things didn't get lost in the move. But if you think one of these boxes is really cool and want to keep seeing me open it, let me know down in the comments below and I can resubscribe at any time. But that is it for this part of the video. I'm gonna go read this one and get back to you about it. I did finish reading Legacy Witches and wanted to talk about it really quick. First thing before I get into like the actual subject matter of the book, I want to talk about the print itself. I don't know if you can see this, but you see how it's kind of like diagonal? The other book that I got out of this book box did the same thing, so it's just not well constructed. It's kind of like the binding, I don't know if you can see this, but the binding is not done well. There's huge margins here and not huge margins here. And the binding's just not done very well again. Also, there's a misprint in this book. They printed like a chapter twice, or part of a chapter twice. Towards the end of the book, so there's like a handful of pages that are just repeated. There's also, I don't know if I did this or if it came like this, there's a big gouge in the bottom of my book. No big deal in the long run of things, but while pretty, not great quality. The book itself is kind of generic. I personally don't care for witchy stories very much, and this just feels like a very basic, generic witchy story. Salem witches, like, that hasn't been done before. Even the author in the notes says, like, this has kind of been done before. Basically, in this universe, witches are evil, or supposedly evil, and our main character doesn't want any part of that, even though she's a legacy of a witching family. I'm not really, like, seeing the evil didn't turn out as much. It was very neutral. No one was particularly evil, or we were told that they were evil without actually seeing the evil. So, meh on that. A lot of it felt like a knockoff of Practical Magic to me. It was fine. Like, there wasn't, like, the writing's not bad. The story wasn't horrible. It just also wasn't great. It was generic, fine for what it is. It's fairly short, so if you really like witches, you may like this a whole lot more than I did. And I wouldn't tell you not to read this if it sounds interesting to you. I'm just saying it wasn't the best book I've ever read by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this unboxing. Again, let me know in the comments below if you are interested in me reading any of those other 3 books, any or all of those other 3 books, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!